What is going on, guys? Welcome to this Football Manager 2023 video here today. Make sure you leave a thumbs up if you enjoy it and want to see more videos like this. But this is a save where I've simulated 6 years into the future and just seeing all the best players in the Premier League, the highest valued best players. Either way, yeah, however we want to name it. We know what we mean. So this is where we're going to get a lot of the better in real life players that are still maybe just entering their prime. As you can see right here, Kai Havertz at 28. Hey, we're going to just get right into it, not waste any time, and see how these supreme players really are looking. So there's going to be guys like Kai Havertz, and then we might go down a bit more. Could discover some younger players in real life that are starting their careers. But Kai Havertz, as you can see, looks really good. We're not going to talk too much individually about players. We're just going to go through and, yeah, show as many we can. William Saliba, 27 years old now. As you can see, yeah, this is the end at the 2028. I thought, yeah, 31st May, yeah, get the end of the season. Good time, really. But yeah, Saliba, like there's incredible transfer values, and also some of these guys still remaining at their clubs. If you look, he's not performing that great for his value, really, but there's a lot of things. It depends how Arsenal's going, and yeah, a lot of information. Someone who is definitely talked about a lot is Timber. He's a great defender. He's a great defender. If you do have the money, you're going to have to splash big. And yeah, Liverpool didn't even go so quickly for him. He did stay at Ajax for a few seasons, admittedly. So yeah, he's great if you can afford him, and he will be consistent. Just go back to the history. And yeah, one season there, he did pretty poorly for Liverpool. So yeah, defenders, if you're having a bad season, you could have one good defender, and yeah, he's probably not going to get a great rating if everyone else is not performing. But you can't deny how good he looks as a player, that's for sure. Oliver Skip, this one is very intriguing because in my Man United save, I'm doing that over on Twitch. He went to Real Madrid, and a few people said that it was pretty often he did that. So really interesting that he did not move because he would be a great target if you're looking for a DM, especially if you are in the Premier League. You can see he becomes very consistent. Gets some assists to his name as well. Yeah, if you had multiple of him, would be pretty nice. Maybe you could put one at centre back, a ball playing defender, but he's airily not that great. Let's just say he's a great defensive midfielder, and that's it, to be honest. Really, maybe as a defensive central mid type as well. But yeah, he'd slot into DM very, very well. Jude Bellingham, no surprise, he goes to the Premier League and to Liverpool. Pretty decent. Also, as this is kind of a disclaimer, I did this before the most recent update, and there was an issue with development of technical attributes. So just keep that in mind. Technical attributes might be a little bit better in that update, after the update. So yeah, if the technicals look a bit lower, just keep that in mind. If you go Trent Alexander-Arnold, so well-rounded. Like Alexander-Arnold, look at this. Like, he should be amazing. Like, his attributes, he's so well-rounded. Like, he'd be better in the midfield. Like, he's just so creative, and defensively, I mean, he's okay defensively, but I just feel he's got so many of his attributes would suit for him to be a midfielder. And we go down to Jadon Sancho, still at Manchester United as well. Relatively solid. Again, I said doing United save on Twitch, but I feel like in this he's been a lot better. And some other people said he's been pretty poor. So maybe the CPU getting the best out of him, and mentals look incredible. Once more, someone with these attributes, yeah, he should be performing to that level, really. So now we might start to see some different unique names, like here, Yeremy Pino, the Spaniard at Chelsea, 25 years old. See, it's really good to see some of like different names. But yeah, the values are absolutely incredible. We'll mention something, but yeah, it came from Villarreal, spent there like his time, couple seasons, got game time development, spent 90 million on him, so he was not cheap. So understand, has a really high high value. Also, because I'm not managing a team, that's why there's no asking prices or minimum for release clauses. We're just unemployed manager at this point in time. Destiny. Here we go. Talk about unique names. Yeah, see those 25-year-olds, 6 years in, I've been like starting like 19 or so. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look more of him. Udinese. And he has a pretty good first season. See, this is why I like to do this kind of video. This is where you can look for a name that you can sign cheap early. And as I said, there might be a little bit better technical development. And he would be excellent. He looks very good. Look what he turns into. If you sign him less than 20 million, a couple seasons in, you're laughing. Within the first couple of seasons, like, he's a target. Like, he's really, really solid. He's probably not the best fullback in the game, but he's solid. For Tottenham, solid is really my opinion on him. Or at the very least, you can see how he develops. Bernardo Silva, not going to talk too much on him because he doesn't really fit the relevance. But hey, at 33, something could be said about him. He holds his ability, so natural fitness is there. But it will be, if you're Man City, you're definitely looking for a challenge. So I'm just trying to be funny. But yeah, like I don't think the situation would present to sign him. I think he would just be very expensive, and I think the value wouldn't be there. You would better spend on someone younger. So that's just my opinion on him. But if you want to sign him, you can sign him, sure. And he's still pretty highly valued at 33. So Antonio Silva, centre-back, Portuguese. He's one of the best centre-backs in FM23. Like, look out for him. And again, I won't repeat it, but expect better technicals on top of this. And so even considering that, he's still relatively solid. And he was only signed, look how long Liverpool waited. Like, you could probably get him cheaper or maybe not. You know, sometimes the high potential players are really... I'm considering the value. Like, again, it could be because I'm not managing a team. So keep that in mind. But relatively, it's rating these guys. It's still rating the best players. So, don't think it too much of a bad thing. But those numbers may be slightly different. Wesley Fofana... Right, he looks good. He looks incredible. And take a look at that, at Chelsea. Look how good, are you going to be able to sign him? Is Chelsea... man, that's so well-rounded because, he's got the defensive attributes covered technically, the mental, physical, nothing bad to say about him. World-class defender. Elite. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So good capture by Chelsea in real life. See if he becomes that good. And how fitting is that? Another Fofana going to another London side. Datro Fofana, the Ivorian, really, really pacey. Oh, yeah, I think actually someone suggested him. Actually, I remember searching him. Oh, no way. No way you get him 4.4 million early. FC Porto. I mean, they made some money off him, but considering what he becomes, his finishing, again, technicals, but clearly you can gauge what attributes of his technically are still better. And I remember his finishing, was a little concern, but maybe expect it to develop a bit more. I think he looks like an incredible winger, though, as you can see, right-footed. Maybe want to train him onto the left, and of course, little bit player traits, but we're not going to scroll every time. But just in this context, runs the ball down the right, moves into channels, likes to beat opponent repeatedly, just to give you an idea of the player he is. And someone like that, again, he's probably the second that you can get really, really cheap and target these guys. And Christian Romero, he's a little bit older, so doesn't really fit too much. And less to be said about him. Tottenham, good capture, but he's 30 years old. Karim Adeyemi, again, technically a bit poor. So this is where I'm going to go through and target as I said, less familiar names. as we get one here. They might be, you might be still aware of these players, but again, pretty poor tackling, but then the marking and heading looks really, really good. What was he signed for? 33 million, so never really, or even that far in, 25-26 season, that would have been in January, I think, by the looks of things. Because, yeah, he already played games. Maybe. Anyway, let's move on, because he only played minimal. Could have been just the start of the season. So, yeah, Reece James. I guess you might want to see how Reece James is looking, but still at Chelsea. So, there's quite a few players that have not moved from their teams. Darwin Núñez, know about him. Looks pretty solid mentally. So, yeah, just as like a context with the technicals, maybe that you could add one or plus two more. It really depends. Yeah, all depends on the player. Eddie Nketiah at Manchester United. Yeah, we're really interested. Wow, look at that. Wow. Mönchengladbach, 3.7. That's probably the most profit out of the guys who've took a look at already, to 101 million. And the fact that he, a couple 20-plus goal seasons, and then flopped at United, keep in mind, started 22 times off the bench. So they spent that much on him, really not to be the main striker by the looks of things. But yeah, that's a really interesting. So we'll take a look at a few more because, yeah, there's so much to look at right here. So I might go look at one or two more where we get some value. Jesus Vazquez, Valencia, maybe. Yeah, I don't know how cheap he'll be earlier, so keep that in mind. But this deep in, when he would have been established, about 40 mil, 45 mil, and relatively decent. What's more, expect a bit higher technicals. Let's go through. All right. Yeah, and there might be obviously someone who's 20 years old, they're going to be a regen. So I reckon we'll finish at this guy at Manchester United. Ooh, Wahi, where did he come from? Montpellier. So again, keep your eyes on him early because it took United a few seasons to capture him at 63 million. And again, not really getting the absolute best out of him, where I think he looks very, very strong. Some of his traits there as well. Yeah, pretty solid. We have got the game zoomed in on 110% for the video, so the attributes and stuff just a little bit more in your face. Just to make him a bit better. But yeah, I think this lad looks really, really good, and I think he's the one we're gonna round it up on. So give me some ideas for videos to do basically in this save, whether we just look at strikers, wingers, or something, like position specifically. So let me know. It's a really good balance being 6 years in, because as you can see, there would be, more. There's not too many, but that's the reason why. This is a good balance. You continue a couple more, 2 or 3 seasons, and some regens that are starting to come in there, say their early 20s and maybe pushing to their mid-20s then as well, then you'll start to not have as many real players. So it's a really good balance, I'd say. Anyway, thumbs up for more of these videos. Subscribe so you don't miss them as well. As I said, I've been doing a lot of streams on Twitch, just a bit of extra FM content. So I hope you enjoy it all. Really excited this year with FM. We're still on the beta. Keep in mind, this is on the beta. I might do another one on the full game because you don't know if there's adjustments in attributes. There might actually not be, so it may not be a huge difference. But then the growth of the players could be different. Anyway, leave it there. I'll see you guys in the next video.